PunchOut Boxing. I'm delighted to be here again with Harley Benn.
Yes.
So, a couple of weeks away for your big trip to sunny Dubai.
Yes, where I've never been before, so...
I did guess your opponent right. It's been released.
Yes, you did guess him right.
Anwar.
Yes, undefeated pro, good few stoppages on his record. Massive step up for me. I'm ready. I'm really looking forward to it as well. What a show. I've had the arena's amazing, Coca-Cola Arena. So I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, and quite a show, as we mentioned last time, on the card of Mayweather's exhibition.
Yeah.
It's Mayweather, so...
Exactly, I think Mayweather's is the only exhibition. I think the rest of the card is a pro card, so you've got a nice mix and balance. And yeah, I've always said, you see these exhibitions with YouTubers, I'm all for them, because I think it brings another audience to the sport. People that might not have even been interested in boxing. For example, he's fighting Deji, which is KSI's brother. He's got a massive audience from like gaming, YouTube. They're all going to be tuning in. I just think it's more eyes and more everything for boxing, really. So I agree with him. I know a lot of people don't. I do. So yeah, I'm delighted to be on the event.
Fantastic. Do you know, is there any title on the line for this?
Not between me and FaZe and Anwar. It's an 8-round fight, but it's rankings. That's what it is. It's if I go out and beat an undefeated fighter with a record like his, which is a good record. I don't believe he's fought anyone like me. Well, no, he hasn't. So I'm coming for the win. I'm not trying to leave it to the judges' scorecards either, because I've watched a few of his fights and I could say a few of them he's lost quite convincingly. So I don't plan on letting it go the 8 rounds. If it does, best believe I'm scoring a good few 10-8 rounds. And yeah, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to be the best Harley Benn that there has been. 1% better every day, and I'm going to show that in the ring on the 13th.
Exciting times, as I said, you get a ranking. Thought he had some sort of WBC Asia title at one point, which...
I'll take that off him then.
I don't think you're eligible for that.
Yeah, no,
but you might get, like I said, a ranking.
Yeah, and that's right. I mean, it's... I will move up, whether who I get ranked with or whatever, I will move up in rankings, whether with a win over him, you know? It's, I believe, because obviously I have that no amateur career. He's a southpaw, but we're preparing for that. But I believe, I'll never slag a journeyman off, because boxing would not be boxing without journeyman, you know? But I believe a better fighter will bring the best out in me. It happens in sparring. I mean, I spar top prospects in sparring, and it brings the best out in me. So I'm excited for it. I'm really excited. It's something new for me. And I'm doubling the amount of rounds I've done. I haven't even done 6 rounds yet. So I'm going straight from 4 to 8. Absolutely fine with it. But like I said, I don't plan on it going full 8 anyway.
Right, as you said last time we spoke, you're taking things serious.
Very serious. Very
an
serious.
Unbeaten prospect. Is this the first opponent you've had with a winning record?
Yes, it is. It is the first opponent I've had with a winning record, and he got a very good winning record. So it's something that excites me in the sense of with journeyman. I see it as there's a lot of risk with not great reward, because when you beat a journeyman, you were meant to beat them anyway. You know what I'm saying? And with this is what people would call a genuine 50-50. And I would call it as that. I'm not disrespecting the guy at all. I've watched his fights. I think he's a good boxer. I really do. I'd call it a 50-50 fight. But I believe I'm going to get the win. I'll get the better of that 50. Let's call it a 55-45. Call it that.
I like it.
Yeah.
And your old verbal sparring partner, although he hasn't bitten back, old Tommy, is he definitely on the show?
Yeah, he's fighting a celebrity personal trainer on the show. Why, I don't know. You could have fought me. I'm a boxer with a winning record who aspires to do things. I have ambition and goals. You could have put the Fury name and the Ben name together. It would have caused a bit. It would have been good, you know. But he'll probably be getting a restraining order out for me in Dubai, because we're going to be in the same places at the same times, and I'm going to ask him categorically, why have you said no to fight me? I just want to know. If you've got a valid reason, okay, no problem. But I just want to know why you've said no. And what will we actually be able to say when I say that? There's not much he can say, so it'll be exciting. We'll have to do another interview when we get back from Dubai.
I wish I could get a flight out to Dubai now. On these sort of away days, often fighters are all in the same hotel. Do you know if there's a possibility you'll run into him over breakfast?
He doesn't really. I've got energy for days, me. So I mean, he should probably not stay in the same hotel as me. Not that. Listen, me and Tom, I don't like him just because he's played with my boxing career. Now I've had 2 contracts sent over to me. Will you fight 23? Yes. Oh no, he doesn't want to now. Okay, so it's a case of I can't respect that. But I wouldn't sit there and chase the guy around his hotel. I'll beg him for answers on why he won't fight me. But we'll see. If we are in the same hotel, you'll definitely know about it, because it'll be on my social media.
All right, that will be something to look out for. Talking of stuff on social media, got to ask you. I mean, the events of the weekend, past week, involving your brother, that caused a firestorm in the sport. First of all, have you spoke to Conor?
I did on the day that I just sent a message of support on the day that it all sort of came out. As you know, me and Conor are completely different training camps. But before anything, I'm a boxing fan, so I really wanted to see that fight. And it's a massive shame that it got called off, you know. If someone was to ask me, do I think Conor is a cheat? Absolutely not. No, I don't. And I'm sure there will be a reasonable explanation. But like I said, before anything, and firstly I was going to say I respect Eubank as well for making the weight. You know, I don't know if you saw on social media, he came in at like under 160 on the Saturday, and I respected that. I mean, they're both great athletes, and it was a shame that this was to happen, because I genuinely believe 95% of the nation was going to watch that fight on Saturday. So it's one of them ones. Social media is a very horrible place sometimes. People making their own decisions and whatnot. I have people asking me, I don't know anything. Like, do you know what I mean? We're brothers. We're in completely separate camps. All I can give is my opinion, and that is no, I don't think the drugs cheap. So that's. Well, I can't give no facts. You know, I can only give my opinion, and that is my opinion. I think he just worked very hard. You know, like, and obviously there's been an adverse finding of something. I think, like I said, it'll be something that's cleared up, a reasonable explanation for it, and then he can get back to his career.
Yeah, appreciate it, as you said. You've got your own fight to get on with.
Of course, but
you're not living alongside Conor.
No, of course, but I appreciate that question, though, because it is something. It's nice to actually be able to clear up, because you can appreciate the amount of trolls I've got in my DMs, and also I've been put on an anti-doping regime for this fight coming up with Faizan Anwar, which is good, because I was going to volunteer anyway, you know, just because. I mean, say if Faizan's brother had, I don't know, had an adverse finding of doping or whatnot, I would say, yeah, I want him tested. Like, and I don't think it was Faizan, did it? I mean, I think it was just the boxing world and the Middle Eastern boxing commissioners who said there is going to be an anti-doping regime for this fight, which I'm very happy about, because I'll be able to show how much of a clean athlete I am.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, as you said, from a fan's point of view, a lot of people spend a lot of money coming down, and it's a body blow for everyone involved.
It is. It's yeah. Of course, they get a refund for tickets and whatnot, but I've seen people that have flown from different countries. They're not going to get a refund on flights. They're not going to get a refund on hotels because an event's been cancelled. Or very rarely, you know, it's like if you book something and you paid for it, just because the event you booked it for is cancelled, you don't normally get. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. It was for both fighters as well. I mean, yeah, Chris making that weight. They've both been in camp. The build-up was massive. Probably, well, the biggest build-up to a fight in this country I've seen since I've been alive. And you know, it was a shame. But like I said, I'm sure there'll be a reasonable explanation, and I'll be back to it.
Yeah, let's hope so. And again, as a selfish boxing fan, give it 6 months in the summer. It would now fill out at Wembley, wouldn't it?
I believe so. It's a massive fight. It is a massive fight. Do I think it will be as big as it was? No, I don't. If I'm honest, I don't. That's one thing I don't think. Like, I think Saturday night would have been the biggest day for it. Now, because you're going to get a certain amount of people saying silly things in the build-up to the fight that wouldn't have been said before. No one was getting called a cheat before this news came out. Do you know, in this build-up? So of course, Conor's going to have to deal with the people in the likes of social media. Conor's going to have to deal with people that, until he clears his name, he's going to have to deal with people that are going to be trolling online. He's going to deal having to lose fans for the time being. This is me just being real, Will the fight happen again? I don't know, especially after I've seen Chris Eubank Senior's statements this morning and whatnot. Like, I don't think it's going to happen now. If I'm honest, I'd love it to, but I just don't think it will. Which is a shame, man.
Yeah.
It is, but I can't see it happening now, unfortunately. But I can see both men having a great career still. I mean, Chris Eubank Jr. is more towards the end of his career. But yeah, I'm going to say well done to both fighters. They both looked in great shape leading up to the fight, and it's a shame it didn't.
Well, I guess you and Nathaniel are going to have to run that one.
We might have to run it. It's going to be it'll be on a smaller scale, but listen, it's something we can do, and I've asked for that fight for at least 5 years, but it just hasn't been the right time. Nathaniel's been out of the ring, but I think he's older than Chris. He is older than Chris. Which means to hurry up if he wants to fight, because I'm only 26. I'm not in my prime yet, so hopefully that's a fight we can make happen at the start of next year. I'd love that fight, I really would. And I'll stop him. Nathaniel Wilson. Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, but that is one I don't, and this is probably the first time you've ever heard me say something like that. I stopped Nathaniel Wilson within 4 rounds.
So, you stopped Wilson in 4 rounds and Tommy Fury up at light heavyweight in how many rounds?
Do you know what? I'll just say, 'cause he's a big lump, I'll just say I'll beat him. I'll beat him. Regardless whether how that is, whether I hit him and run for however many rounds, you know what I mean? I just believe I'd beat him. And Nathaniel. Yeah, they can all get it.
Well, there's some silver lining there. Harley's going to keep the excitement going in the meantime. So look forward to that. As you said, those first things first, a month from now. When are you heading out?
I think we're heading out the Wednesday before. I'm fighting on Sunday, which is the 13th. I think we're heading out the Wednesday before. So we're going to make sure the weight is good, because this is a weight I haven't made in about 4 or 5 years. I'm sounding like you, mate, now, aren't I? But no, this isn't a weight I'm fighting at super welter. It's classed as a middleweight bout, but it's at 155, which is £1 over super welter. So about 70 kilos. My last fight was at 74, and I still have loads to lose. So that's what we're focusing on now, just slowly bringing the weight down. Don't need to do anything drastic for it, and I think you're going to get, I know you're going to get the best prime Harley Benn on that night.
You're going to spend some time after the fight in Dubai?
Probably, because I've never been there. I've never been, so yeah, I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm only booking a one-way flight, so I do it all the time. Whenever I go abroad, I'll book a one-way. Yeah, if I know I've got time, and I'll just come back when I want, So if I like it, I'll stay out there longer. But yeah, it looks like a beautiful country, and I can't wait to see it.
I'm envious. You're going to get some winter sun.
Yes, exactly that. Always need a bit of winter sun.
All right, Harley, absolute pleasure. I look forward to November and
catching up with me after my win.
Catching up with you after you win.
Yes.
And trolling some of your rivals.
That's it.